Hello, everyone. This is Jim Okerzinski with your Week 3 screencast videos. During the course of the week, I was reviewing the discussion boards for not only the readings and finishing upgrading those, but also the invention activity. I was pretty impressed with some of the topics that everyone wrote about regarding literacy and their own literacy. Look forward to reading some excellent drafts and essays. So this week on Tuesday, by end of day, your first draft is due, and this is a two-part submission, and I'll cover that in a little bit. Then the peer review process starts. You have to do two peer reviews between Tuesday and by Friday. Hopefully, everybody completes their peer reviews and helps their fellow classmates out. So that way, adjustments and also some with that feedback, some revisions can take place before Sunday end of day when the final draft of Essay 1 is due along with Blog Post 1. So, just to cover that quickly, here is the reflection blog. This will be Blog Post 1. The reflection blog, if you take a close read of the writing prompts, I'm looking for a blog post of about 300 to 350 words. Be sure to engage with the course content outcomes in the syllabus. You might find the appropriate course content outcomes in the course unit itself along with the syllabus. So be sure to read this closely before you write your blog post. So heading over to the course units and into the literacy narrative unit. Once again, we will find not only the overview and objectives, here are your course objectives, your course content objectives that you can use to write your blog post. Also, we have the essay instructions. Now, I might have mentioned it in an earlier screencast. As you are getting ready to draft, I'm looking for like a narrow experience that was pretty influential in your literacy life. What usually is not successful is starting out with kindergarten and covering what your reading and writing history was like throughout your life or a life literacy. I prefer that you would focus on some particular aspect of your literacy career. So here is the first draft. Now we would upload a copy here in the first draft to the assignment where you would get the 25 points for the actual first draft assignment. It's very easy. You will click on Browse My Computer, upload your document, and click Submit. And that way I would give you the points and start looking at some of the drafts from this assignment. Now, also then, after you post your first draft, head over to the discussion board here. Discussion board number 4 is the peer review, and this will open up later on Sunday evening. So it carries a couple of steps here. So open discussion board 4 and you will find the first draft upload and peer review thread. Open the thread and complete the instructions. Okay, after completing step 1, please write 2 peer reviews after reading the writer's report and complete draft. Here are a few guidelines to a successful peer review, and I talk about those also. So once we get into discussion board 4, review, draft, upload, and draft report. So I've already created a thread. You won't be able to create a thread here. You will just click on the reply button, much like we did in earlier discussion boards where there was a thread already created. And I say here, since I have created the thread, please click on the reply button and include your last name in the subject line. In the text box, please complete a report on your draft answering the following. So I want you to write a report to the class about how you feel about your first draft. So section 1 would be write a brief report about 1 paragraph about your draft answering the following. So where are you on the draft? What have you done so far? What haven't you done? What are you unhappy about with the draft? So this is your opportunity to communicate to the class exactly how you feel about your draft and what some of your goals are. Then in section 2, write down a series of questions for specific feedback. Okay? For example, are my paragraphs too long? Do I need more detailed description? Is my time frame too broad? So if somebody's writing about their life history from kindergarten to high school, you might want to mention that. You might want to narrow your time frame. All right. So after you have written your report, upload a copy of your first draft by clicking on the Browse My Computer, selecting your document, and uploading. Okay, be sure to click on Submit. So it's really kind of easy. You click the reply button. You would include your last name here, all right, in the subject line. You would write and answer your report. You probably could copy and paste the questions down into the text box here. After you've completed the report in the text box, simply browse your computer, locate the document that you would, your first draft document, and attach that, and click on Submit. So your job then is to read the writer's report, respond to, read their essay, of course, to verify what they're saying in their report, and then to write a peer review answering those questions as stated in the actual instructions here for discussion board number 4. So I say every student should strive to see that all drafts get an even amount of reviews. And I've noticed some activity on some of the discussion boards. What's happening is everybody's posting and they're rushing to get in their 2 required responses on the first couple of posts. And that's really not the goal here. So if you upload and complete your report by Tuesday, hang back a day or two and let the discussion board develop. Let other people post. It's unfair that the people that post the first 2 or 3 drafts will get like 3 or 4 or 5 different peer reviews, and then the people who post in the middle or a little bit later do not get any peer reviews. So if you turn around and get into somebody's draft and you see that 2 people have already posted a peer review, don't be the third person. Simply move up the board, look for somebody that does not have 2 reviews. If there is, everybody got 2 reviews, then hang back an extra day. You have until Friday to post your reviews and wait for the board to be developed. But if it gets down to it on Friday when the responses for the peer reviews are due, and if everybody has 2 reviews, then quite naturally you're going to have to look for somebody to respond to. Quite often I have like the first 5 or 6 people get all the reviews and the rest of the class do not have anybody write peer reviews on their drafts. Consequently, I always seem to get some complaint emails saying that nobody's writing a peer review on my draft. So try to be even-handed when you look through the discussion board. Make sure everybody gets 2 reviews. And if there's any questions or issues, please contact me via email. All right? Good luck with drafting and peer reviews this week.